Shit. This is what I'm feeling like. Da, 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 da. Let me tell you what I'm feeling like. Da, 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 da. NBA almost back, fellas. And I know this topic right here might get a little goofy. ESPN again. We talking ESPN again. They just did their top 10 list. I mean, they top 100 list coming into the season. And just they top 5, they had Steph at 5, Embiid at 4, Luka at 3, Jokic at 2, and Giannis at 1.
Can I tell you what that
So before y'all even say anything, that's an international team minus Steph Curry. Because everybody, their top 5 is all international players. But keep it a C-note, how y'all feel about the top 5? They top 5. Is it accurate? No. Is it a little off?
It's way off.
Okay, what you got to say, John?
The numbers and what they got them ranked is off. But the top 5 is debatable. I'm not mad at their top 5.
Right.
I mean, I know that's the agenda that they pushing though.
I'm not mad at that.
But Steph ain't number 5, I don't think.
But let me ask you this though. Speaking of Steph, they're saying like he's only the second Finals MVP to win MVP in the Finals, and then the next year not be a top 2 player. Is this some type of disrespect for Steph? Nah.
It is. But at the end of the day, my opinion, I'm not mad at them putting them guys up there because that's their opinion.
Right.
And it ain't like them guys ain't dogs, because I feel like if you do a all foreign list against the top foreign players against the top American NBA players,
the foreign team will win.
I don't know, not 100%, but they damn sure will be close.
I think the foreign team will
they might win. Yeah.
If
you think of Joker, Giannis, and dudes, come on, man, they might win that shit. And Luka.
I know. And as much as I'm mad at KD, I'm trying not to be biased, but do you think he deserves? Where was he at? Number 8.
KD was at 8. LeBron was at 6.
Both of them should be in the top 5. Man.
No.
Yes, they should.
That's how you feel. They should be top 5. All right, listen. Let's go.
So who you taking out?
No, forget who he taking out. We want to see who he taking out. Let me get your top 10 players coming into the season right now, Vito, since you want to go there. The lefty always gets crazy.
Tripping, man.
All right.
My number 10 is Luka.
Whoa.
Luka who?
Luka Doncic.
Call him Oouuber early.
We talking about, a lot of people get mixed up in all the other shit. We talking about game.
Yikes, you got Luka at 10?
Luka's at 10. He not better than none of these dudes in my opinion.
I got Luka at number 3.
Hold on.
Let me finish.
People, hold on. Can we... Listen, 28th Street and everybody else, can we please get some donations to the Keep It a C-Note podcast? Because these Uber fees from Vito is really killing us. Go ahead, Vito.
All right. Kawhi. Luka not better than Kawhi.
Okay.
He number 9.
All right.
I'm going to give you a rundown as I go on. Luka not better than Dame.
Let me stop you though. What did you base your list off this time?
I base my shit off of the eye test. I base my shit off game. I base my shit off stats. I base my shit off clutch factor. All that shit.
Okay, so you got Luka, you got Kawhi,
not Kawhi's number 9, and I know motherfuckers say, "Oh, Kawhi don't play because he hurt," but when he plays, he's better than fucking Luka.
Okay, and
my number 8 is Dame.
Okay,
he ain't better than Dame.
Okay,
my number 7 is Kyrie. He not better than Kyrie.
Okay, shout out.
My number 6 is the Joker. It ain't even close.
Okay.
Number 5 is Embiid. He not better than Embiid.
Okay.
Embiid is the most unstoppable. He not the best, but he's the most unstoppable player in the league.
Over Giannis?
Unstoppable, yeah. Embiid, because Embiid can shoot a lot better than Giannis.
Okay.
My number 4, LeBron. He's still not better than LeBron. Fuck what you niggas talking about. Number 3, Giannis. He not better than Giannis.
Number 3, Giannis?
Yeah. My number 2 is KD. He not better than KD. And my number 1 is Steph.
Oh, okay.
He not better than none of them guys, in my opinion.
You got Steph at 1.
Steph is 1. It ain't even close.
Okay. Shout out to that. Again, people, donations. at the Keep It a C Note
He's not better
podcast.
than none of
People,
them guys,
please,
man.
who you got, John?
I'm gonna just do my top 5.
No, we
No. Do time. Don't do
top
win.
5 because the 6 through 10.
Do your 6 through 10, man.
Like, because this is just spitballing. Because I would have to put KD up there.
At 10?
No.
See, this is what I'm talking about. You got KD.
No, I see.
The top 5. Come on, man.
But see, because I kind of agree with their list. I'm not going against
All right,
against the grain.
so what's your top 10 if you agree with it? Is it the exact list? Read it off.
No, it's not the exact list. But, I mean, enough. I would have to put Anthony Davis probably at 10.
Oh,
And Anthony Davis is better than Luka, too.
No,
Man,
fuck
call
no.
these boys up.
Why, hold on. You
man.
say Carly, why? Because he don't got more game than Luka, or because he be hurt all the time?
It's over.
Because you are the same nigga who told me the reason why the Lakers won their last chip is because of AD.
Yeah, how
What's
many
changed?
years ago was that?
What's that, 2 or 3?
It is years ago.
Okay,
That, with an ass.
what has Luka done better than AD?
I'm just saying
Okay, go ahead,
AD
John.
not top 10 no more, bro.
No, he ain't in my top 10, but I think he better than
He's
Luka.
definitely not top 10. Who you got
Luka
at?
one-sided.
Who else you got, John?
Might have to put Paul George in it.
Okay,
I was
at
thinking
9.
about George.
Probably Kawhi,
8. Okay, let's get it.
Durant,
7.
Clay
Clay who?
Thompson. I might have to put Clay up there. That's
I
it.
ain't mad at Clay.
Number 5. Now this is what I study for. My 5 at number 5, I will put Joker.
Okay.
Number 4, I'm putting Luka. Number 3, I'm putting Steph. And number 2, I'm putting Joel. And number 1, I'm putting Giannis. That's my top 5.
Oh, say that 5 again?
So LeBron didn't make your top 10.
No.
So you got
I actually
who
forgot
you-
about
Giannis?
that. But LeBron would definitely.
He had Giannis
Steph was
at
3 or 2?
Steph was at 3.
Embiid was 2, Steph 3.
And then I got
Luka 4.
Luka and then Joker.
Okay.
That's my 5.
Shout out to that. Yikes. My number 10 is LeBron. LeBron's still top 10, but he is number 10. And listen, we just had this episode. Shout out to that because I think it was Vito. No, I think it was John that was saying when we was talking about Paul George and T Mac, and was Paul George still top 10? Paul George is still top 10. He my number 9.
Nah, Paul George ain't top.
Yes, he is.
No, he not.
Yes, he is. We can come back to that. My number 8 right now, Kevin Durant. And shout out to Vito, because Vito always say, I'm basing it off a game. I'm not basing it off of who was injured and who didn't play. And when they healthy, that. So what I'm going off of right now, as everybody game, what I've seen in the last year, I got KD at 8. I got Jason Tatum at 7.
Oh, I forgot about both. Yeah.
Yeah, all right.
Jason Tatum ain't better than KD, man. I love Jason Tatum.
Jason Tatum is past KD.
No,
right
he's
now.
not. See, I know. Hold on. I know this is what you always do. You're a prisoner of the moment. You're saying that because they knocked KD in the off and they went to championship.
No, I'm not saying that because
what does he do better than KD?
What are you talking about? He
What
does
does he-
everything besides for score. He does everything. He rebounds better than
No,
him.
no, you don't. What?
But
He
he said
passes
that. But he
better
said the
than-
main port, but
No, he
besides for score, except
No,
for
he
scoring,
don't.
except
No,
for
he don't.
scoring.
What
He
else
might be
does
a better
KD
perimeter
bring?
defender, but
What
on
else
the block,
is what?
he's not better
KD
than
Listen to what I'm saying. Jason, we not talking about prisoner in the moment. Because, yeah, they went to the finals this year. But the year before that, when they played Boston, Jason Tatum took them niggas to the limit by himself when he didn't have nobody. And he was giving KD and all them niggas
KD
that.
do by himself?
KD wasn't by himself. KD had Kyrie in him. Jason Tatum played by himself. What I'm saying is,
fucking had Brown in them.
KD ain't did. Jalen and them was hurt that year. Not the year they just went to the finals. I'm talking about the year before that when Brooklyn beat them. When Jason Tatum took them to 7 by
Are
himself.
we forgetting that the biggest criticism of this playoffs was the fact that in the clutch and in the fourth quarter, Jason Tatum turned the ball over damn near every time.
It doesn't matter.
It does
KD
make a
disappeared too.
No, he didn't.
Man, we already had
talking
this.
About he had 40-plus points in the games.
We already had this. KD had the game where he only shot 13 times. What are you talking about?
How many points he had? 20-plus points.
No, he didn't. He didn't. In a crucial game, and he didn't have a lot of assists.
No, the game he didn't only shoot the ball a lot. He had over 20 points. What are you talking about? Man?
Look it up.
I already know what we talking about. We had this conversation before.
I'm going to finish my list. Look it up. Number 6, I got Jokic. Number 5, I got Embiid. Number 4, Kawhi Leonard. Kawhi Leonard is definitely past KD and all that. I'm over the KD movie. I'm not sold on that movie no more. My number 3, Luka Doncic. My number 2 is Steph, and my number 1 is Giannis. Luka does more than all those guys. Matter of fact, listen, Luka averaged 28, 9, and 9.
That's because he's taking every
9 and 9.
He's taking every shot.
What about the 9 and 9?
Okay, so hold on.
And he actually
I'm glad you said that.
Time out. Let me
9 and 9, right?
Let me just finish this, right? Let me finish it like this. We rounding up to 9 assists. He only really averaged 8-point-something assists, but he averages 9 rebounds as they guard. I don't care what you're talking about. He takes every shot. He still averages 9 assists, and he averages 9 rebounds. What are you talking? You was just... Time out. And last week, you just gave praise to a bum like Ben Simmons, who's way taller than him, and average. You was hype about 15, 8, and 8. This guy averages 28, 9, and 9. If Luka
averaged 15, 8, and 8, he still would get more praise than Ben Simmons because he shoots the ball more.
What I'm saying is this guy is 10 times better. He's better than a lot of... KD don't do nothing else good. We got to stop looking at just offense. Let's look at total
Luka averaged 20. What did he average?
28 points, 9 rebounds, and 9 assists last year.
Okay.
LeBron
averaged 38 and 6.
He averaged what?
38 and 6.
Oh, that's still not 28, 9, and 9. And Luka carried them Bulls in the playoffs.
You're rounding up, so he really didn't average 9 and 9. So
he really averaged 9 and 8, but it's still 9 rebounds. How many rebounds did LeBron average?
8.
Okay, so Luka averaged more than him, and he's smaller than him.
They're about the same size. Come on, we're not going to do that.
How?
They about the same height. What did you have Steph at?
I got Steph at 2.
But you know what I noticed? You didn't have Dame in this list, but last...
Dame, hold on.
No, you talking about... Let me finish. Because you had Dame over Steph last season before Steph and them won the chip. Now you ain't even got Dame in the top 10.
Dame, listen, time out. Shout out Dame. Dame was my number 11.
But you got Paul George over Dame, and you just told... let me finish.
Paul George does more than Dame.
So how do you have Steph in the top 5, and prior to this championship, you had Dame over Steph, and I told you was crazy.
So what you saying is Steph couldn't have jumped Dame?
Steph was always better than Dame.
Yes or no? I'm saying for me. Steph couldn't have jumped Dame?
Yes or no? I'm about to answer your question. He could have, but for you not to have Dame in the top 10, but you got Steph in the top 5, that's more than a jump.
When we talk Steph and Dame, we were talking point guards. This is everybody now in the league.
It don't matter what position they play.
Yes, what I'm saying is...
If Dame is a better point guard than Steph, he would be up there. It's simple.
What I'm saying is he's not no more.
Why is he not? What's the difference?
What's the difference? The difference is Steph Curry Dame doesn't do nothing better but score.
So what the fuck changed since then? Because I told you that prior to you when you said Dame was better than Steph.
Steph he does the same shit that Dame does, but he actually makes everybody.
He always did that though.
Okay,
so how did you get Dame?
Time out, because you're confusing things. No, and we're not going to go back and forth confusing things because I just said this time I did my list off of right now, as of with no injuries like you always say. That's what you always say. Prior to this, Steph Curry was hurt when we did our last episode when we talked about the best point guards coming into last year, and that was as of going into that season. Steph Curry was hurt.
So
Dame played. That's why Dame was better.
What did they have to do with his game? You're just me not playing don't make you better than me
I'm saying is I just seen Steph Curry make a bunch of dud niggas look great.
I told you you that when they went to the
So
play.
that's
Hold
all-
on.
so that's all you're trying to get at?
I told you that when they played the Lakers in that playing game. I said, yo, they went to the playing game with a bunch of with a bunch of D-League niggas, and you dismissed all that and said Dame was better.
Dame was in the playoffs, wasn't he?
I don't give a fuck.
Yes
That
or
don't
no?
make you better.
Yes or no?
So that's what you're basing. You're basing it off of wins.
No,
You're not
I'm
basing
basing
it
it
off
off
of
of who makes their players better. What
Dame
you got,
didn't make
John?
nobody
No,
better.
because I was about to say, before y'all grind me up for my list, let me make my shit official.
Go ahead.
Official.
Yeah, because
because that shit was kind of. At number 10, I got Booker.
book what?
At number 10.
What book?
Booker. Devin Booker. I got him at number 10.
Shout out to
And
that.
then I got John Morant 9.
Okay.
I got Jason Tatum 8. I got KD 7, Kawhi 6, Joker 5, Luka 4, Steph 3, Embiid 2, Giannis 1. Just like I said before. So that's my official 10, y'all.
Okay, so let me ask you one question, Vito. Was what you were saying, was it more about Dame, or was it more so you can say I told you this?
No, it's
on
more
a
so
prior
about
episode.
that you told me that Dame. It don't have nothing to do with Dame or Steph being better. It has to do with you're saying that Dame just prior, not even a whole year ago, within this past season, that Dame was better than Steph.
Yes, coming
But hold
into
on,
that
you
season.
asked me a question and you still talking. You said Dame was better than Steph, but you have Steph in your top 5, and you don't even have Dame in the top 10, but you got Paul George.
Okay, so let me ask you this though.
I'm not saying he ain't nice.
What I'm saying
I like
is,
Paul.
when I had Dame over Steph, just yes or no, it was coming into that season, right? Into last year, right? Which
during
all
the
my
season.
lists are, because
It was during the season, man.
because that's why you always make it a.
It was during the season.
No, it wasn't.
Yes, it was.
No,
Yes,
Dame wasn't even playing last year. So what are you talking about?
Dame
It was
missed the whole year last
we
year?
only did one point guard list, and it was before the season started last year,
Okay.
bro.
Well,
Come
listen,
on, man.
I don't remember
Stop
100% when it was.
Yeah,
but what
I
the
know.
fuck difference does that make? He not better than him no matter when.
Because like I said,
Basing it off of wins.
stop.
Come on,
Stop.
man.
I wasn't basing it off of wins.
You just
What
told
I
me Steph
what I no
didn't make
what
the playoffs, but Dame did.
no, I said Steph was hurt. Like he didn't
I'm
play
talking
like that the
when
year before
I said
that.
something about the playing tournament. You said Steph didn't make the playoffs. You said Dame and them did though, right?
He didn't make the playoffs.
Who didn't
Playing
make the
game.
I
ain't
know
the
you
playoffs.
said Dame made the playoffs
Yeah.
and Steph didn't. So
Yeah.
that means you're basing it off of wins.
I was basing it off the year before total.
year
Totals.
before.
That's what we can. That's what did I say to start this conversation? I said this time I base my list off of just game and not injuries, because that's how I always base my list. So last year when you said that I had Dame first, that's because Steph wasn't playing like that. He was hurt the last 2 years before just winning the chip. He wasn't playing like that. And he wasn't that much of a factor that year that they went to the play-in game, and they didn't make the
fuck
playoff.
He was. They made the playing game strictly on the strength of him.
Bro, don't let
He
the
averaged
play-in
20
game.
He averaged 20 plus points with a bunch of D-League players.
This
Come on,
is
man.
how you getting fooled. The play-in game, without the play-in game, what seed would it have been? Like the 11 for 12
No,
seed?
you
Like,
can't
not
even
the-
be in the playing game in the 12th seed.
What are you talking about?
It gotta be like 9 or 8. It's like 9 or 10.
It's two extra teams. 2 extra teams, 9 and 10, right? So he was one of them teams that wouldn't even have made the playoffs. We wouldn't even have been talking about it. You trying to bring a playing game up?
No, I'm bringing the fact that he took a team with way less talent to the playing game. Luka wasn't even involved, was he? No, I don't think
Wasn't
he was.
involved in what?
In the playoffs that year. Yeah, exactly.
I don't know.
When Steph played with way less talent, mind you, you talking about KD? KD averaged 29, 7, and 6 last year.
Okay. What does that mean?
It means that he averaged 29, 7, and 6.
Okay, and
with way more
So are we
shooters
talking
on the
about
team.
last year? Or are we talking about overall? KD is gonna give you numbers. KD numbers, them numbers you just said ain't
I will
better
say
than
at least
Luka.
he's being consistent.
They're
'cause
not
Dame
better
will
than
give you
Luka.
numbers, and he ain't got them in, and he
Okay,
same
and
thing
listen,
with KD.
and this is why I'm
His
glad you said
numbers
that.
is not better than Luka's
But
either.
if we looking at the numbers, aren't Luka's numbers better than Steph's? Who you had ahead of Luka?
Steph and Giannis.
All right, ain't Luka numbers better than Steph?
Yes,
So what's the difference? Why is it changing now?
because that's not the only factor.
But that was what you're harping on. His numbers are better than him. He do more because he
I
averaged
was
this.
harping that on you because you got him at 10.
Okay,
you
so
tripping
if
and you
that's
talking about all
if
these bum
that's-
ass niggas
if
better
that's
than
your
him.
argument, How is it different for Steph if his numbers are better than Steph?
Because I just said I realized this Steph makes everybody better.
Who does Luka make better? That's what you're missing.
Who does he get 9 assists to?
Who does he make better though?
Who? Jalen Brunson. He just robbed y'all because what are you talking about?
Jalen Brunson is the point guard. He's not making him better.
He just robbed y'all because
he's not making him
what
better.
What I'm saying is, if Jalen Brunson wasn't playing with Luka, Jalen Brunson.
You can't say that because he only playing with Luka. You never see him with nobody else but Luka.
We gotta let the folks say. So you're saying this on record?
Porzingis went backwards when he got with Luka.
So
Porzingis went backwards, period, because he's done.
Okay.
Do you think Lillard's
Tim Hardaway
better
went
than
backwards?
Luka?
Everybody goes backwards when they play with Luka.
No, Tim Hardaway was just hurt last year. Tim Hardaway was
when
good
he
with
played,
Luka.
his numbers went backwards.
He was good.
His numbers went backwards.
We gotta let the folks answer this. But before we do, we gotta say, do you think Damian Lillard's better than Luka?
Yes. Fuck no.
Who want the ball in their hands when the game's on the line? Damian Lillard.
What do y'all say, folks? Do y'all think Damian Lillard is better than Luka Doncic?
Yeah, go ahead, ask him, John.
Basically, is Luka Doncic, which I think, better than Damian Lillard?
Let me just ask you to clarify. Are you talking about, just for the record, before we
going into the season?
I'm talking about
no. Before we ask for more donations, are you talking about Dame is a better scorer or a better overall player?
I'd rather have Dame on my team.
I'm asking you one question.
I answered your one question.
Who's the better overall player?
The better overall player is Luka.
Okay, what we talking
But that don't mean he's the better player that I'd rather have. Because what are you basing it when you say overall? Because he don't even want to play defense.
So time out. Are you insinuating that you base your top 10 off players you rather have?
Yes.
No, fuck all that. Who the top 10 is supposed to be? Who's the top 10 best players?
Yes, they're the best players that I'd rather. Listen, they're the best 10, but I'm putting them in the order of who I'd rather have. But you're saying he does more overall better player. Neither one of them play D, right?
People.
Does Luka play D?
No.
Okay, so you're basing it off of he gets rebounds and he gets assists, right?
Yes.
Okay.
He does everything.
So he gets more rebounds and assists than Steph, right?
Yes.
So why he ain't above Steph?
Because Steph makes people better.
Okay,
too.
so you're saying Luka don't make people better then? What are you talking about?
I'm not. I'm saying because Steph has more qualities. You're not letting me finish.
What does he have more over Luka?
Steph makes people better too, like Luka.
Okay.
Steph also, for a small guard, he rebounds exceptionally well for his height. He's the best shooter in the world.
Okay.
The whole NBA, he's a trendsetter. You know what I mean? He has showed up sometimes, especially when they just won the chip, when it counted. That right there puts you over the hump.
Okay, well, if you're basing off of who does more, he doesn't do more than Embiid. So you got him over Embiid.
Who don't do more than
Joker?
Embiid?
You got him over Joker.
Who don't do more than
Luka? That's what we're talking about. What are you talking? His numbers ain't better than his.
Listen, I'm saying, everything goes into play. We can't give
Luka ain't no clutch player.
Time out. Let me finish. What I'm saying is, Denver minus last year. We don't know how good Nikola made because Jamal Murray is nice. Michael Porter Jr. is nice. This year was the first year we seen Jokic where he had to play by himself, and we say, damn, he really can still do the same shit like Luka. But Luka has been doing it, and Luka is smaller. And
Luka has been doing what?
He's been averaging the numbers longer.
No, he has not.
What are you talking about?
He's been averaging that 28.
No, I'm talking about the consistency with points, rebounds, and assists for his height.
Okay,
height.
All right, let's do this. Since you named he played with Jamal Murray, who was nice. Michael Porter Jr. was nice. Who else does Luka play with that is nice?
Nobody. That's why I'm saying
makes a fucking difference why your numbers are the way they are.
You have to give Luka more credit because what I'm saying is, before last year, we didn't know if it was Jokic Jack good. No, we didn't. Not everybody. You can say you knew. Did you know, John?
Yes, we knew.
Come on, man.
Wasn't he MVP before that too?
It doesn't. But when he was MVP, he had Jamal Murray, who was nice as shit. He had Michael Porter Jr., who was nice as shit.
If you got them other nice players, that means that's taken away from what you're doing because you have other niggas who are taking shots and getting rebounds. Luka is all by himself, basically. So he's getting all the shots, half of the fucking rebounds.
He's not the biggest person on the court.
No, it depends on who he plays.
Listen. So you can say that about Nikola because he wasn't playing with nobody last year. But
he did that with them other ballers too.
Okay, but what I'm saying is Luka is consistently averaged those numbers for his height.
You just be freestyling.
Go ahead, look it up for his height and all that.
What are you talking about? His height like he ain't 6'9". What are you talking about?
Luka ain't 6'9".
Yes, the fuck he is.
People, we are taking donations at the Keep It a C Note podcast. Can you please help fund us for some Ubers for our guy Vito? He needs some multiple days out the week, and it's killing our budget. If you can keep it a C note, let us know. 28th Street, where you at? Kyle and them, y'all keep talking about y'all going to help us with these Uber fees. Where they at? Like, God
y'all
damn.
need them, man. Y'all
this boy is crazy.
Y'all be prisoners of the moment. Whoever is good at the time, the same way you did that Dame shit. Whoever his name is popping at the time.
That's who I picked going into the season.
Come
on,
man.
think.
I know. Niggas be prisoners
going
of the
into
moment.
the season, and that's how I usually do. But
Prisoner of the moment.
This time
man.
I went just off of game.
You can't possibly be going off game because Luka's game is not better than Embiid's game. It's not better than Joker's game.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not.
Embiid takes away from his game.
So does Luka.
No,
shooting all them fucking dumbass shots.
Embiid has multiple players on his team. He
still gets those numbers.
He could have worked with Ben Simmons, bro. He chose to pick and pop and all that. I already said Embiid will never win a championship.
That don't got nothing to do with his game, dog.
Yes, it does. That's just the total package.
You play with a team. You can't win the game by yourself.
What I'm saying is, since they've been in the league, I've seen Luka turn up more when it counts, and I've seen Embiid disappear, fall on the ground, all that bullshit when it counts more. Luka turns up more.
I can't tell. What has Luka? You said Luka turned up more. He's been in the playoffs. How many times has he been in the league?
He hasn't had a better. I said in clutch moments. I'm just saying all clutch moments.
How many times
he's been in the playoffs multiple times?
How many?
He's at least 2-3 years.
I believe it's one.
This wasn't his first year.
I believe it was one.
This wasn't his first year.
I believe it was one.
Well, I believe we need to call
I know Embiid been in there way more times.
Yes, and Embiid has a better team than Luka. That's what I'm saying.
So that takes into consideration. If Embiid got more shooters,
more
players, that's taken away from him, and he's still getting the numbers.
With Luka. You got a problem? It got to be with Luka.
Excuse me.
It gotta be.
No, it's never a problem. I don't have a problem with anybody because he's
in the top 10. So why Embiid more unstoppable than Steph, right?
Yes.
So what is your argument?
Steph's the best
number
player.
one.
I didn't say. I specifically
why
said
is Steph the best player.
I'm answering it. I said specifically Embiid was the most unstoppable player, but Steph is the best player.
Why? What makes him the best player?
Because he led them bum ass niggas with all D League players to a fucking playing game.
Man, you keep talking about playing
only nigga that wasn't D League was Draymond.
You keep talking about playing game.
But I'm talking about you got Luka who got motherfucking niggas who been in the All-Star game before the team that didn't even make the playing game.
What I'm saying is Jalen Brunson just robbed y'all because of Luka.
What the fuck? How much money he got paid got to do with anything?
What I'm saying is Jalen Brunson, if he was just averaging them numbers on fucking Sacramento or one of them bum-ass teams that had a little bit of wins last year or wasn't getting no spotlight on national television, he wouldn't have got that fucking money. Do you hear yourself?
If he averaged them numbers somewhere else, that means he would have the same numbers somewhere else.
And he wouldn't have got the money.
Yes,
Luka, he got the money
money
because the eye is on Luka, which made y'all dumb enough.
Excuse me, what are you talking about? It's niggas that's worse than Jalen Brunson that got paid more money. What are you talking about?
What I'm saying is Jalen Brunson wouldn't have got paid that much money by no other team if he wasn't playing with Luka.
We weren't the only motherfuckers in the runners to get Jalen Brunson.
Listen, people, top 5, the top 100 ESPN players coming into the NBA season, they just named them. We just did our top 10. Vito is, went left again. But keep it a C note. What's your top 10 NBA players coming into the season right now? Let us know.
Shit. This is what I'm feeling like. Da, 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 da. Let me tell you what I'm feeling like. Da, da, da.